What's up, guys? What's up? Welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're out here in the garage and we're working on the DRZ 110. I finally got some parts in for it. I don't have everything that I need, but we're going to be able to probably piece most of this together tonight. And I'll show you what we got going on right now. Alright, first off, we got the cylinder here and we done honed it with this bad boy here, the flex hone. Got it all right and tight, looking good inside right here. Don't mind the grease pile. What we're doing now, or what we did now, is we cleaned up this gasket base right here. Got it all nice and clean. If you're doing this and you can take these out, sometimes they're frozen there. The guide pins or the dowel, the whatever you call them, dowel pin. If you can take them out, take them out. If you can't, then just try to work around it. Try to get the best you can. This is the old piston that was in it, and it's wore down. I mean, she's wore out. Focus. It ain't going to. That's the old piston that was in it, and right here we got the new piston that's going back in it. She's nice and pretty. I done got the rings in it. You can see there. I gotta put one of the circlips in here before we put it in the rod and put the wrist pin in. But this is all Suzuki parts. Suzuki. We got the Suzuki standard piston and stuff. We're putting standard size bore back in it. I didn't want to go with the big bore kit or nothing like that for right now. I just need to get it to quit smoking. Tusk gaskets, all that goodness. See here, the piston was actually it's got Suzuki on it there, but Kawasaki, which is same thing. But we'll get over here to the bike here in just a second, and we'll show you what we're going to be doing on it for right now. All right, here we are over here at the bike. We have a gasket for this here too. We got to clean all that surface up. You can see a little bit of gasket still right here, and none here. You got to clean this surface out real good. You can see the oil that they were running in it. Ain't been changed in a while. That may be why she started smoking and screwed up. Rod, you know, whatever. We got to get this gasket here off. This gasket is the material like this, whatever you call that kind of material, just like kind of like a paper gasket, but it's not really paper. But we gotta get all that off of this, and then on the head part that's up here in this part is a metal gasket. So that should be good and clean. We'll clean it up anyways and get it lined out. But hopefully I remember how to put this son of a gun back together, because it's been a while since I took it apart. We got some new side panels for it and a number plate. And I took the Pro Taper, I think I showed you this on the other video, off of the CR and put on here because it kind of matched it a lot better. Then we got the Renthal, which I probably got that backwards, but I like being able to read it. The Renthal bar pad on this bad boy. We still got the CR 250. A little update on the 450. As you can see, it's not in here. The 450 has been sold. We sold the 450, got it running, as you seen in the last video, and we moved it on down the road. So we're looking for some more bikes. So if you're close around here in Kentucky, where I'm at, drop a comment down there and let me know if you got a good bike that's needs work and cheap. That's what I like. Need work and cheap. Two things I need. But we're going to get on this little deal right here. Scrape some of that off. Get it all nice and pretty. Should be able to throw the piston in here in a minute. Slide the cylinder on. Have it good and on there. And then we'll start working on the gasket and stuff on the head and put it back on and try to get it all timed up. So that's what we'll try to do now. All right, we're back at it. What I got here is just a regular old razor blade. And I'm just going to go down real easy and try not to cut none of the aluminum or scar it up at all. And that's what you just want to do, kind of not the cutting motion like I'm doing, because that's not what you want to do. But if you could peel it off like this, that's even better. Get a little bit of it off, big chunks like that would be friggin' awesome. Now it's going to be hard to get to everything, but just kind of, you know, keep your cylinder or like going into the block just covered up where nothing to get down in there, none of the gasket material. This here where the chain's at, the guide and the chain, I can see it pretty well. So, and it goes down into here, so I can clean it out if something was to get down in there. No big deal. But the razor blade, probably not the best thing to use, but that's what I got. And I'm not nicking, sorry, I'm not even shining right. I'm not nicking it or nothing. It's actually the gasket material there. There's a little bit of goop in it, but after we get all this off, I'll take an air hose and I'll blow these threads right here out where they'll be nice and clean. And we'll pick up back here in a minute when I get most of this cleaned off anyways, hopefully. Oh, all right, gents, there it is. Best I could do with what I got, which don't look too awful bad. Got this here cleaned up. I'll blow it out with the air tank. Got it looking good. It took forever and a day to get that off of that right there. I think it was made out of friggin' elephant tusk or something. It was so tough to get off. It'd probably been a lot easier if the motor was off the bike and maybe these head studs and stuff was took out where you can get in it real good. But, oh, Lord have mercy, was that rough. So we'll get on to it here and I guess slide the gasket on, then the piston, and go from there. Alright, I guess what we're going to do now is we got the piston here, and we're going to try to stick one of these clips in one side of this piston, and then we'll be able to see the little groove right there. You just stick it in there, and then the other side you will put in after you put the piston on the rod. So we're going to try to get one of those little suckers in here. So bear with me. All right. You will not focus on it. Easy. But I got that one in. It ain't going to focus with all this junk in the way. Oh, there we go. You can see it's in there. And I rotated the end of the clip over to the side there. You can see. Don't know if you have to do that, but I figured if you needed to get it back out, it's easier to dig air where it clips at. And I stuck this one on. All right, this is like if you're looking straight onto the motor in front of the bike. I put the clip on this side because I'm working on this side of the bike. And it's not as easy to put in as people on the internet would tell you. So it's not that easy to put in, but it's also not that difficult to put in. So the one on the engine is going to be a little bit different. It'll be a little bit harder, but that's what we're going to slap in next. Slap the old piston into the rod. All right, I'm not going to be able to hold my phone and put this on, but the exhaust port goes to the bottom. It goes on like so. You stick it up there, you line it up with the rod, pull this up, line it up with the rod, and you will slide your pin through it. And we're going to put a little bit of oil inside the rod here, also inside the piston, and on the wrist pin. Then we're going to just slide her in there, and then I'll show you what that looks like when I got that part done. All right, there we go. We got the piston and the wrist pin onto the rod. Now what we're going to do is try to get that circlip in right there. And I stuck a rag back in here because if that little clip comes flying out of there, you don't want it to go down into your transmission. So that's what we're going to do next. Try to put that sucker on. Oh, the joys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Finally got it in there. Dropped it just a couple times, not too bad. It is a pain to get in there. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. So if you want to see the rest of this being put together, make sure you subscribe. Drop down there, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button for me. What kind of chain we got there? DID. Watch out now. But the next video is going to be putting the cylinder on and then the head and getting all this stuff lined out. But if I had to do this over again, I would definitely put the other pin on from the other side because all this junk gets in the way. But there it is. We're going to caulk the rings to make sure they're not lined up and make it smoke like it did. So we're going to caulk the rings on the next video, throw the cylinder on, and button up a bunch of other junk until I need to get a chain tensioner and some oil for the case. So I'm not going to be able to have it finished in the next video, but guys, we'll put all that stuff on. Thanks for watching. Like I said, thanks for hanging out with me. Check it out. I got some new tires on the front and the back of this little fella. Lining her out, son. Getting her wired up. But thanks for watching, guys. We love you, and we'll see you on the next video.